G'day everybody, welcome back to our playthrough of Valheim. Hope you guys are doing well, and as you can see, we are right here in the strategy room, and I hope you guys like it. It did take quite a while to get here. I'm not entirely sure if we're really finished with it, because there's probably a few other bits and pieces that I can work on, but I have bigger priorities to try and resolve in this episode, and I would say that we're going to hopefully try to work on the hearth that needs to be built on the top floor, well, in the attic, technically. So that's what we're really going to focus on in this episode, and hopefully it won't take us too long. But I suspect, you know, there'll be a few complications here and there that we'll have to try and, you know, get over. But that's alright. It's part of the entire journey. Goodness me, guys. It is... I mean, in real time, it's like the... what is this? The 16th of December right now. But by the time this comes out, you know, there's only a few more days left to Christmas Day. I feel like it's just like really creeped up on us really fast. Most of you guys are probably in the northern hemisphere, probably getting a little chilly at the moment, so hopefully you guys are staying warm and comfortable. It is a crispy 42 degrees here in Australia today, and I am boiling right now in my office, but can't really get around it, because I don't exactly have an air conditioner in here, and running the fan would probably be a little bit too noisy for the recording, so I'm gonna have to sort of just live with this heat for a little bit. And as you know, most of my episodes are about an hour long, so I should be able to survive for that long, you would hope. If I stop moving any time in this episode and and I stop talking, that means I've passed out somehow. Very unlikely though. Let's see, I do have one more piece of coal here. I'll just throw it in here, because yeah, I don't really have a lot of coal in there. So that's one thing that I'm gonna need to obviously keep an eye out on, is just maintaining the fuel in the hearth that's indoors. I actually quite like it. We've sort of managed to create a semi-small sort of chimney for that room specifically, so we should be able to get rid of a lot of the smoke. I'm just hankering for a little bit of food right now, and we should then be able to maybe have a sleep and then start thinking about this hearth. So I'm gonna need stone and I don't know, maybe I might need wood and stuff like that as well. I don't really know how we're going to make the hearth look nice, but I'll figure that out once we actually get the thing functioning first. I am also hoping in this episode that we'll be able to get another egg from our Asksvins. And now that I've mentioned that, it's probably a good idea for us to head out to the Ashlands first, while we wait for the sun to come up. Hopefully, they would have dropped us a nice Christmas present. We can just, you know, steal that and bring that home. And I get the feeling that they don't actually eat the smoke puffs. Yeah, for whatever reason I thought that they would eat the smoke puffs, unless maybe they're still consuming all the other stuff down there. And perhaps maybe they will eventually get to the smoke puffs. But yeah, let's just look around, just keeping an eye out for that egg. Maybe it takes them a while to lay eggs. I mean, are these guys happy? Because if they're not happy, they won't lay eggs, right? Yeah, okay. So they're definitely happy. And another thing that we could play around with is riding one of these Asksvins, because we do have a well, the option to make an Asksvin saddle, right? I can't remember if I already did that. I might need to check to see if I've got the saddle made, because if it's made already, it is very likely that I've, you know, already done it. But yeah, priority is really just like breeding these guys at home. Laying an egg? I don't really know. But it's doing something down there. Right, I mean, we're waiting around a little bit, so I'm just going to see if I can fetch some Grouston, because I know Grouston is still a little bit low. So if we can get some Grouston that's just like lying around somewhere, that'd be good. And it's tempting to get some ash wood as well, but maybe I should hold off on that, because I feel like I'm sort of running low on space in our storage container that's holding all of the wooden stuff. Yeah, okay, still no eggs. Oh, hang on. Yeah, I saw all the hearts and stuff come out, but I'm not actually seeing any eggs though. Come on, guys. Let's throw that down there. Anyway, I don't know if I really want to stick around any longer, because I want to get to the Hearth building, so let me throw all of this in. I'll bring a little bit of Grouston with me back home. You never know, we might need it. But yeah, we'll come back the next morning, and we'll hang out with them for a little bit more. Hopefully they'll lay an egg at that point. If any of you guys know about how to speed up the process of them laying eggs, I'd really love to hear from you on that front. Actually, I've got an idea here, guys, but would it be a good idea to bring the egg that we currently have, maybe hatch it out there in the Ashlands, and then that way we can have 3 of them, and perhaps maybe having 3 of them may speed up the process of laying more eggs. Yeah. Doesn't sound like a bad idea, to be honest, because it's not like I'm going to be able to do much here with just the 1 egg, right? So maybe I should do that. Anyway, Hearth. So we'll need stone. Well, actually, do we really need stone? Because we're going to need to, you know, punch a pretty big hole into the chimney once more, and we'll get the stone from there. I suppose it wouldn't hurt to just have a stash of stone on us. And I don't intend to move around any of the steel poles that are holding things up. So hopefully we can get away with, you know, not having to move any of that, but I'm just gonna move the bed to the other side. And yeah, the idea initially was I'm gonna put the bed like here, but perhaps maybe I can put the bed like facing this way. And maybe we can have like an opening on all sides for this hearth. Yeah, I don't quite know how I'm gonna make it work, because the other problem is that, well, we need to make sure that the smoke can be collected and dissipated, and I can't block the smoke that's coming up from below either, right? So that's an issue. So let's be a little bit careful here. I don't want to not support some of the corners here, so I'm going to replace the corners with 1x1s like that. Okay. I think the idea that I have was that the hearth will stick out on this side a little bit, but then still be visible on this side. Yeah, maybe we can do something like that, and then we can get rid of this. Alright, and yeah, I guess I need to create a bit of an opening here. And I might need to extend that a little bit. So what do we need for the hearth? I haven't built a hearth in a very long time. Heavy build? Building, crafting. Oh, it's in miscellaneous. Okay. I think that's the position there, though I'm just a little worried about where it's snapping to, so I'm just gonna get rid of these for a second, just so I can see a little bit clearer. It feels a bit hovery, doesn't it? That looks like it's maybe sitting properly on something, as opposed to sort of sitting above the floor, if that makes sense. I probably do want it to sit like a little lower, if I can make it happen. No, I think that's blocking the smoke from underneath, which is not what we want. Yeah, okay, maybe this is the position in that case. Let me just double check. I don't know if I really like how far out it's protruding into this space. So I'm gonna see if there's another way we can arrange it so that the smoke from underneath can sort of slightly bend around, maybe? It might mean that we have issues with the Ichthir trophy. We might have to move the Ichthir trophy a little bit. And I don't mind doing that because we still have a little bit of space for the Ichthir trophy. I think we can move it down a little bit, but let's address that later. So there's a finer details that we can address later on. Okay, so I'm thinking... Yeah, I mean, I'm just playing around here and testing things, guys, initially, but this is sort of my approach to most of this stuff, is hoping that we'll sort of come across a happy accident. That kind of looks interesting. Yeah, but the real issue at the moment is the fact that this is, you know, going to be blocking the opening, so I'm going to need to get rid of that. And I think, yeah, that works because... if I put the hearth in, it shouldn't block it, right? So let me see if I can just plug these gaps, because I'll totally forget if I don't. Actually, I might take a look at where those gaps are on the lower floor. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it just gives me a bit of an idea of where the problem area is if I do need to address something similar from the lower floor. But yeah, that looks fine. I mean, surprisingly, guys, things are going really well here. Maybe I'm speaking too soon. But yeah, let's get this hearth in. Let's hope for the best. So yeah, that's the idea right there, and we should still have a bit of a space there. And now I can basically recover all of this with wood, and it shouldn't really be a problem. Do I like the way the Grouston is playing with this hearth, though? That's a good question. And I also need to make sure that the smoke from the hearth actually does sort of go through into the chimney, right? So I'll probably need to just play around with some of these pieces. We'll put the fuel in once we're comfortable that the smoke is going to go to the right place. But yeah, maybe initially though, let's take a look at the Grouston. So I was sort of thinking, do we do something like this where we have the tapered Grouston just to give us a little bit more space around the hearth, maybe even from a higher position, or starting from a higher position like that. That doesn't look like it's snapped properly. Oh, maybe it has. Yeah, maybe it has. That doesn't seem too bad. And we can then play around with actually decorating with the Grouston as well. So something like that, for instance. And then we sort of need to do something with the Grouston going downwards, and probably also match the thickness of the Grouston from below, which we can definitely do. I think it's time for bed though, and let's hang out with the Asksvins out there. Ah, the bed needs to be next to a fire. Okay. So maybe I do need to leave the bed here for a little bit. So at least there's a fire downstairs, right? Okay. Alright, gotta deal with these guys out here. Might need to have a meal very shortly, but we'll do that when we wake up. Yeah, I find with Valheim, once you get used to, you know, a lot of the early mechanics, you then tend to forget all about it because, you know, especially if you've landed on like a permanent base, then, you know, you sometimes forget about the fact that you need a fire next to the bed, you need to be under cover, etc, etc. And yeah, game is a lot more complicated when you think about all of that. Let me have maybe a loaf of bread. I think that should do it. Okay, are these Asksvins going to get busy, and are they going to give us an egg? Who knows? Who knows? Crossing my fingers, hoping for the best. Yeah, I'm also just not wanting to waste too much time out here because it is pretty boring just watching them and not really doing anything. So yeah, I want to try and look for resources just to make myself useful, you know. I suppose I can't really move too far away from their position, otherwise nothing will happen, right? Okay, we've got a lot of enemies over there, and I'm not really in a position to fight. So we'll leave them alone. Ooh, we got a 1-star as well. That is a problem. So I am going to try and just kite this one and fight it because I don't want him getting close to our Asksvins either. I do find the behavior of these warriors to be a little bit weird when we use this strategy, because they tend to like just ignore us after a few hits and just do their own thing. Okay. Looking good. Let me just check back on these guys. Is that an egg I see? I think it is. Tame, happy. Yeah, alright. Well, I did have that initial idea to try and bring the egg that we have at home, but I don't think we need to do that anymore, so... Let's head back home, and I'll need to make a fire to try and hatch these guys, so we'll do that. Do I have... yeah, I do have a little bit of wood. Where is this wood from? I think it might just be from exploring the Ashlands just before. Okay, so... here we go, and... let's add a couple, and hopefully these guys will hatch sometime soon. And yeah, again, I think I've mentioned this a few times, but I'm getting a little concerned about the amount of space that I have in this pen, and I'm not sure if we need to expand it. Possibly we do. And if that's the case, that's obviously a bit of a problem. I might not remove the 2 Asksvins out in the Ashlands until I'm a bit more comfortable with the rate of breeding back here. Because, yeah, I need a source of Asksvin meat without having to continually go out and hunt for the things. Let's have a sausage, and I think I'm feeling a little bit more comfortable now. Alright, so back to the hearth. And whatever the hell it is that we're trying to achieve with this thing. Look, I say that, but in truth, I think it's coming along quite well. I'm sort of thinking about whether or not I could create like a nice little opening on the sides. But I'm not entirely sure how to do that very well. Maybe something like that, and then we do... Yeah, so a little triangular opening on the sides. That might look pretty good. And then we just repeat these pieces back where they need to be. Well, that's not exactly what I had in mind. Which probably means this one's maybe out of position. Yeah, that looks kind of good, I think. Bit messy on the sides here though with the stone. I'm not sure if we're going to maybe cover that up with some decorative like pieces, like wooden pieces and stuff. We'll come back to it. Don't need to address it right away. But let's just fix this up and try and do something similar on this side. Let's get rid of the Christmas tree. Maybe just put the Christmas tree back down here. I am running out of stone though, somehow. So let me just quickly fetch some stone. Just looking at how things are working on this side. Yeah, okay, that's a bit janky, isn't it? I'm not sure I like this corner here, but it's a very small thing though. I think it's barely noticeable. So I might leave it. Let's go in with the stone. Yeah, we're actually running out of normal stone. I think we have a stone pile sitting outside somewhere, which I can grab, but let's do that later. I think that's where we want it, and then we just need the same thing on this side. Yes. Okay. I think we could widen this one just slightly. And I think that'll look much better. Yeah, I think we can achieve this thanks to the Grouston pieces that we've got in those corners. Without them, I think it'll be quite difficult to get things to snap in the right spot. Yeah, okay, good. And yeah, we should be able to enjoy the fire from this side as well. Oh, from all sides, really. But the real question is obviously getting the smoke to go up and out. So how are we gonna do that? Would it be too excessive if we had like 2 of these like that? And that way it's covering the hearth. I don't know. Maybe if I can get it to sit a little bit lower somehow. I'm not sure how I can force it to do that though. Maybe there's a way. If I do that, maybe I can coax it to snap in the right spot. Yeah, like that. Now... Oh, God. It doesn't look half bad. I'm just trying to think of whether or not there are other ways we want to cover up the fireplace, because I'm using Grouston quite a bit now for a lot of the fireplaces. Like this one, I'm using Grouston, and I get the feeling that I'm probably going to start using Grouston down here as well. I definitely want to try and sort of overhaul what we've got going here. It just feels like at the moment Grouston is the best option. Went the wrong way. Marble? Would marble suit? Plus, marble has the added effect of being able to, as I mentioned before, eat the smoke. But yeah, I don't like that the marble is a much darker tint and doesn't really go together with the aesthetic of the rest of the chimney. Do we want to go with any wooden components instead? And if we do, like, how? How does it all work? I'm getting a little distracted here, but I'm sort of now thinking, oh, I wonder what I can do to sort of decorate this opening. I think I should actually use something to, you know, semi-block it off, because otherwise it sort of looks a little bit like a, I don't know, like a pizza oven. Not exactly what we're going for. Yeah, maybe even something like this. I think that'll look kind of cool. Let's come back to it though, I'm getting distracted now. So... Is there anything else that we can use for a nice fireplace? Yeah, I don't know, guys. I think the Grouston is probably the way to go. But I am keen on adding, like, some small, like, wooden details here and there. Like, even, like, the ashwood arches inside might not be a bad idea. Just trying to compare whether or not the dark wood would be better. I think ashwood is better. Okay, I think I'm getting too preoccupied with this, so... I tell you what, I think I'm going to just test one last thing out, and that is to see if maybe we can achieve something that looks nicer with the thinner Grouston pieces. But I doubt that we will. Yeah, I don't know if any of this makes sense. I mean, we'd be able to do something like that, for instance, right? And that's kind of interesting. Will it contain the smoke, though? That's the thing. Like, functionally, it could be, you know, not really worthwhile. But if we did this, we might be able to show off the interior detailing a little bit more. If we did decide to put ashwood there, for instance, right? I think it's time to actually test the hearth. So I've just thrown a little bit of fire there. I mean, sorry, a little bit of wood to see what happens with the smoke. It looks good, I have to say. Surprisingly. Do I like it better with the thin Grouston on the front, or with the thicker Grouston? I think maybe the real test comes when we start decorating the space a little bit. So let's grab some ash wood. Might need core wood. I might need to fix our core wood beams. Anything else I need? Probably a little bit more wood. And just in case, maybe some tar. I mean, this space looks so different, doesn't it? With with a huge raging fire going on in the center. It looks cool, but it looks a little hazy here. I'm thinking it's probably due to all the... Oh, okay, this is the reason why. There's a lot of fog. The timing of the fog is horrendous. Is it night? I think it might be night. So, I'm gonna have a sleep. Oh my god, these guys, these greylings. Really annoying. Dare I say, we might be getting there, guys. We're getting very, very close. And I think it's probably a good idea for us to move the bed now that we've got the hearth going. Ooh, the ashwood bed. I like it. I want an ashwood bed, but let's do that later. Because don't forget, you know, like the hearth isn't the only thing that we need to do around here, right? Like, we also do need to really populate our bedroom. So the idea is like this side's going to be a bit of an entertaining sort of area, and then this will be our bedroom proper. So we'll see if we can achieve that or not. I'm sort of trying to figure out what's happening with the smoke. I can definitely see a bit of smoke coming in. So this is probably not the end all and be all of how the chimney works. We might have to play around with it a little bit more. I just automatically did this, but I'm now sort of thinking, why am I out here again? I suppose I still want some eggs to be laid. So I should hang out here a little bit. And yeah, I suppose I could start thinking about how we're going to build this place up. As soon as I start banging away at the Grouston here, I think we'll have enemies sort of approaching as a result. Oh lord, what is that? Okay. Enemies out that side. Oh, that's a lot. That's a lot of dudes. I'm gonna take care of them, because I think if we don't, we'll have a pretty bad time the next time we go out there. But I will need better food though. Oh my god, it only lasts 20 seconds. Oh man. Okay. Alright. For a short while. Yeah, alright. Okay. I was hoping that I would have that and I'd be able to just, like, demolish things. But anyway. Let's just clear the area a little bit. So don't want to get any of our Asksvins out there in trouble. Plus, if we spend a bit of time defending here, I'm hoping that we'll get a whole bunch of eggs. What is going on? Oh, don't you dare. Oh. Okay. Are we calm? And collected? I think we are. Alright, just looking for more eggs here, just in case. I don't really see any eggs just yet. Yeah, I mean, I literally only started, like, wailing away for a few seconds at the stone here. And we had that many warriors turn up. I guess maybe they were sort of building up in the area already. And as soon as they heard all of the banging, they decided to drop in. Let's just chuck that there, and I think we can chuck in like 10 at a time, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, we need to power this generator once more. Okay, so time to go. I wonder if having an area that's too big for the Asksvins are also not really a good idea, because maybe they can be a little bit too far from each other and therefore they won't breed. I don't know, I'm just spitting out theories at the moment as to why things are so slow. Alright, so back to the build. A little bit of Grouston to work with. I think I'm gonna start playing around a little bit more with what we had before, just to see if I can compare how the smoke is collected and then transferred into the chimney. I think this makes a lot of sense to sort of prevent the smoke from entering into the room. Yeah, it looks much better. And then maybe I can even add to this build with exactly what we had before. So maybe we can have a bit of a combo. Something like that, perhaps. Oopsie. I think we're almost there. I was fully expecting us to spend maybe a couple of episodes trying to get things right, but maybe we don't need that. Maybe we can get things right just in this one episode. So, just trying to see if there's a slightly better position that I could put the archers. I mean, that doesn't look too bad. At least if you ask me. Just going to see what other embellishments I can make. I mean, it's looking pretty darn cool. I could probably add, like, metal to this as well. Oh, okay, we've got an issue now with it starting and stopping. It's definitely not raining. This probably means I have overbuilt. And it's turning off and on. Likely due to the proximity of the archers there, I think. So look, that's okay. Whoops. Didn't mean to add more, but that's okay. Let me get this piece in, because I think I'll be pretty happy once we get that in, and that'll look really nice from the bedroom side, or from the bed side. And yeah, we do want to obviously fix up the floor. You know what? Whoops. Well, That's actually a happy accident because I was just about to say I don't even think it makes sense to have the stone arches there, because we're not going to be able to see them anyway once we cover things up with the ash wood. Like that. So the thing that I have a problem with at the moment though is that with the Grouston pieces that are on the very front, it is sort of blocking the view of these arches, so I'm sort of trying to think if there's a better way. Which I think it is possible. I don't know if you guys can already tell what I'm trying to do here, but I'm trying to get like a straight piece in the center. And to be exactly in the center. Just trying to think of the best way to do that. One sec. There. Yeah, Grouston is incredible in a sense that you can sort of play around with it and then achieve like different like snapping points that you never really thought about using before. And you can really sort of finagle it to suit your needs, really. Alright, so we are getting there. Yeah, so now we have a wider opening like that. And that looks kind of cool, actually. And you can now see the detailing in the center, and we still have the smoke being directed properly. And I think the last bit of sort of trimming, so to speak, that we can add, or last bit of flair that we can add, is the metal. So let's see if we can just add that. And I think we're going to be calling it an episode soon after. But yeah. So maybe we just start here. Yeah, we should still have enough, so a little bit more. That's not quite right. That's not quite right either. There we go. Alright. I think this is what we're gonna settle with, guys. I mean, I am actually kind of surprised at how easy it was to get there. Perhaps we could play around with the openings on both sides, and as I said before, you know, there's maybe scope to add, you know, decorative pieces onto the chimney itself. But I think that's something that we'll cover off in another episode. Yeah, there's also the floor and the room itself. So I don't know, maybe even in the next episode we might start getting into decorating the room and seeing whether or not, you know, we have what it takes to create a nice bedroom and, you know, entertaining area. But we shall see. I'm thinking probably replacing like some of these banners and stuff with the blue ones that we've been using downstairs. Definitely in the cards. Right. Hope you enjoyed this episode, guys. If you did, definitely drop that like down below. Chuck us some comments if you want to get in touch. Stay true, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.